North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper does not want to be considered as a vice presidential candidate for the Harris campaign. He said in a statement he strongly supports Harris and was honored to be considered, but it wasn't the right time. The Harris campaign has said she plans to select a running mate by August 7th. With that, let's bring in NBC 10 political commentator Sue O'Connell into the mix for us. Sue, we have seen black women for Kamala, white women for Kamala, white dudes for Kamala. Just before the show, I saw Latin men for Kamala with George Lopez. Talk to us about these, what's behind these sort of pop-ups online, these pop-up groups which are just raking in money for the Harris campaign via Zoom.
Colton, there's always a moment in a campaign cycle. During Obama, using email was revolutionary. And here we are with this new way of fundraising, and it's new and unique on a number of levels. First, these are virtual fundraisers on Zoom, and they are huge. They have a little bit of grassroots origin. I say that understanding, of course, that the Harris campaign was involved. But as you note, the first one was called Win with Black Women, and that raised $1.6 million, just hours after Biden dropped out. And that success led to the next calls, with South Asian women celebrating their auntie and Latinas calling Harris hermana. Next was the Black Men for Kamala. That raised $1.3 million. Then, as you note, white women answer the call, which they say was the largest call in the history of Zoom, with 160,000 people on it, crashing Zoom. And then last night, white dudes for Harris, which broke the white women record. We've never seen anything like this. And while the Trump campaign is saying these groups are racist and an example of identity politics, the Harris campaign is counting the $200 million they've raised in this short amount of time. And not only that, they have collected the names, the email, the phone data of all the participants and have signed up more than 170,000 volunteers. This is an extraordinary moment in campaigning.
Well, the question will be, can she keep up with it, right?
Exactly.
So, listen, a lot has been made about how quickly the Democratic Party, they united and they embraced Kamala Harris here. But there are some progressive groups out there that haven't endorsed her yet. Which groups and why are they waiting? Yeah,
there are indeed a few groups who do not want to just be swept up in the excitement, and they are paying attention to policy, and they want to be sure that Kamala Harris understands that she has to earn their endorsement. One example is the environmental justice groups, many of them in California. While Harris, they say, did a lot as California Attorney General, she directed a lot of money to clean up pollution in low-income areas. They say her history as a prosecutor, where some say she participated in the forwarding of the mass incarceration of black and brown people, that's a challenge for them to get over. And even Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, he didn't immediately endorse Harris. He waited until last Saturday, and he said he wanted to hear solutions from her to the concerns that the progressive wing of the party have. So the conversation is shifting to policy, and people are expecting Harris to earn their endorsement.
All right, there's a word that the Harris campaign and all of its surrogates have been using to describe the Trump-Vance ticket. That word is weird, right? Here's the thing. Trump infamously calls all of his political opponents, some of their wives, nicknames. He says horrible things about people online.
Yep.
Why does the word weird? Why is that the word that seems to be getting under the skin of Trump and Vance and every Republican who has cheered on insults in the past?
Well, the origin of it is great here, Colton. It looks like Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, he originated the term last week and it stuck. He said, quote, "These are weird people on the other side. They want to take books away. They want to be in your exam room," end quote. So, of course, the Republicans are saying these attacks are juvenile. So your question, why does it bother them? Do you remember when Michelle Obama said, "When they go low, we go high"? Well, that basically gave the Republicans license to act badly without any consequence. But guess what? That's not going to happen this election cycle. So they are trying to fight back, but Trump's used up all the good insulting nicknames. So all they have left is Laughin' Kamala, which, of course, has turned into a meme that's helping her. And the Democrats, Colton, are just getting started, so buckle up.
All right, Sue O'Connell. Sue, as always, thank you. And, of course, you can catch Sue on At Issue. During the Olympics, it is airing on NECN Sunday afternoons. You can also watch At Issue on all of our digital platforms.